network to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
I'm gonna take my beating today. I'm gonna take my beating
What's
today.
that? What's that?
You're right about Tekashi, and I will take my beating today.
Oh my God!
I want to get it out the way.
Well, right about what? About the whole thing being a jokes?
About everything about him from the door.
From the door. Oh, you went back and looked at my videos from many years before.
Flags, I can't believe you.
No, it's the truth. It is. I mean, we got to say it like it is. And I wouldn't be a man. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
So stop the music, Cass One. Stop the music.
No,
Stop
day.
everything. Stop everything. No, stop everything. So Flex. So Flex, I basically, me and Flex never talked about this because I didn't give a damn. I was not for it. I didn't care how many YouTube followers somebody had. I didn't care nothing. I didn't care who was promoting. I didn't care who you was aligned with. I didn't care what label you was on. I didn't care about nothing. The music was doo-doo. He had a song with Nicki Minaj that was cool.
I did like the music though, Breeze. I did, man.
It was trash.
I did. He had some big. So you got to answer me something then. So why was he was getting the club and nightlife reaction? So how am I supposed to take that? Tell me what.
No, we talked about it. I said, Funk. Look, we even played the songs here. I would go on the air and be like, "Yo, this song is." In the club. I would say this song is terrible. I hear it's popping. Gonna play it.
Yeah, it's not us. It's not us.
Well, look, I just didn't like it. Now, I saw from the first video, the first music video, I saw exactly what was taking place. I was like, he is not from that neighborhood.
No, correct. You were right.
And the individuals that I see in this video, they're doing this because they see something about the move, and there's money moving around, and it's like, yo, if we eating and everybody popping, let's get it popping.
He wasn't gang from the door.
No,
he was not. But I think he kind of came off like he wasn't.
I don't know their politics. I just know when there's a square peg in a round hole. That's all. I don't know the inner workings of nothing. I don't know who knows what, I don't know nothing.
But you never asked me why I supported it.
No, because it didn't matter. Because it didn't matter to me. You're supposed to support it.
No, not that you shouldn't. Not that you should.
Yeah.
Breeze, I played at one of the most hardcore murder capital strip clubs. I played there a couple times.
Ringing off.
And when I saw, wait a minute, I know that guy over there is a murderer, and he got to dance to that. I was like, no, let me rethink this. Ebro, when I first played it, I wouldn't even talk over it. I didn't play the bomb. It was actually a blogger who told me.
It didn't get this?
No, it didn't get it because I just didn't understand it.
So listen, without going back into the whole history, because I'm a square man. I stay on sidewalk. I don't know what's going on the streets.
You know what's going on. Yes,
I don't know nothing.
Yes, you do.
But what I do know is when something is not going in a direction that is positive for what's healthy for music and what's healthy for artistry. And when I see that, I don't care what everyone is saying. I'm going to be over here until this flame burns out.
Or changes.
It changes.
A lot of artists do, Breeze, a lot of artists start with, here's what he was a victim of. When you're taking the guys from the block with you, right? Yeah. And I'll call a couple people's name, and I'm the A Boogies.
Nah, okay.
And I'm a kid. The A Boogies and rest in peace to Pop Smokes.
Yeah.
But they knew exactly when to stop taking the block with them. Everybody has to have that point. You have your friends who, they're your cheerleaders.
Some people are too entrenched though. Some people are not authentic.
He didn't cut it loose.
Well, no, but he wasn't cut from the cloth. He wasn't authentic from the beginning, so it was hard for him to even act because he was too entrenched. And I've said this on the air. I think it was an informant from the beginning.
Informant for who? Oh, I know why you say that. I know why. Because you know how he got signed, what was behind him. We all know the people with the bread that was pushing it. We know that he was supposed to sign someplace else, that he didn't. So we know that if it goes through this channel, this is the channel that pushes.
And whoever gets in trouble and whoever goes to jail, and if we sprinkle a couple of dollars on the hood over here, listen, people will do the craziest things for $2,500. People will do the craziest things for $5,000. They will throw their life away for $5,000. We know that to be a fact. So once there's big bread moving, and I see everybody in the hood like, I know everybody getting a little sprinkle. And at that moment, I have to say, is this really authentic, or are people being paid to be excited? Then the bots, the YouTube views, that was everybody's response to me was, yo, the YouTube views. Fam, you could cop those. Yo, the bots. Yo, you could cop those. Like, all of that's purchase. You could purchase all of it.
But now we're telling on a lot of artists now, Ebro. Because there's a lot of artists purchasing the bots and the YouTube views.
Yeah, that's why I'm not afraid of none of your bots. Because your bots ain't real people.
No, they're not.
And so anyway, I'm glad you...
I still would have... But Ebro, you're right.
Funk,
I still would have played the music.
Funk. It was a movement.
Yes,
it was a movement that had metrics tied to it. I just needed to be the person in the moment to make sure that someone said something.
Yes. You know what I got caught up in, Breeze? I liked him. You know why? I remember...
I heard he was a nice guy.
Ultra good kid. And I remember when I did play the record, you know what he did? He called the phone. He said, hey, man, I'm not a good freestyler, but I want to meet you one day. And he also said his first post, when I played it, he put the post up on his gram, and he said, wow, he shouted the block. And he was just happy.
Yeah.
And... you know when I knew the transformation was coming? He started to take those type of posts down, which is what he should have been proud of, which is the beginning.
And everybody that called me and was like, yo, he's a really good kid.
He is,
Give him a chance. You know what I said?
He was.
We need to see that person.
Yeah, nah.
Yo, listen,
I ain't gonna lie, I see that person
I
now.
got convinced.
You don't see him now a little bit?
I got
in the things he's doing?
I'm so unsubscribed,
I see him a little
bro.
bit, man.
Yo, Flex, I am so unsubscribed. I am so not in touch with what's happening with him.
It was easy for what happened to happen to him.
The last thing I saw was the WWE thing in the bathroom.
Exactly. Yo, listen. See, we're in line with that. We are in line with that.
I was like, bro, if you got money, why are you using a sauna at an LA video?
No.
Like,
There's so much,
giving away all this cash?
My brother, there's so much key parts of the video. The main part of the beatdown, the camera comes over like a NASCAR camera, slow. And then when it gets to him, he really only gets beat down for like 21 seconds. It's really just 21 seconds. And then it stops.
Yo, and in what world does somebody get jumped and they got time to turn and talk to the camera, be like, yo, y'all let me get beat up? Like, what planet?
Wait, and there were people at the door. Let's be honest. If 6ix9ine is getting beat up someplace, it's Pile on the Rabbit. And for some reason, no one else jumped in and beat him up. For some reason. Right. I was like, come on. But look, the eye's really bloodied, Ebro. He's really got beat up, though.
Yo, look,
he got beat up. It's fake, but he took it.
Like I said, people are willing to do a lot of things for money and
Breeze,
clout.
I'll put you on the spot. I need your expertise. What about Gunna, Breeze? How
what
do
about
you
Gunna?
feel? No, why'd you repeat the question?
No, what's the exact question? Like, is he a snitch?
No.
Is that what you're asking me?
No, what's your take on him?
My take on Gunna is that he snitched.
See how many times Breeze repeated that?
Well, because I want to be clear. My take on it is that he snitched.
Where's he stand?
It's unfortunate.
Where's he stand now?
It's bad for Gunna. It's real bad. Yo, and you know why what I feel the worst about? Is I don't think Gunna was ever that dude.
That's how I feel
like,
too.
He was never like perpetual. See, and here's the difference. People argue the Tekashi Gunna thing. Gunna never perpetuated a like he was provoking people from other sets. Remember, Tekashi would show up in people's towns, challenging the streets. And Gunna was on some chill.
Gunna's dancing it though now. He's dancing it. Right now, he's dancing.
I believe. Why wouldn't he? Why would he lean into it? Of course, he doesn't want to be labeled.
But you know what I would like from Gunna, honestly? What you just said. You just said
I was never that. I was just trying to be an artist.
No, but you just said something. You said he was never. You feel like he was never that dude.
Yeah.
You know what would save a lot of these artists when they get into trouble and they get into that situation of having to kind of talk?
Yeah.
Hey, I was never that, but this was the right situation for me and my music.
That's right.
Right? And I made a mistake, kiddies.
Yeah.
Like anybody else does. Sometimes you get with the wrong block or the wrong people. and I would like to move on. And this is me.
Funk, if we're being honest, all throughout this whole, it really started in the late 80s, right? Where you had young artists getting a big bag and then them not being able to move out of their neighborhood and the streets having a target on them because they knew they had money in there.
Correct.
And they was getting club money and they wanted to prevent getting robbed. So they
end up... And you got to defend yourself. So you put the wrong people next to you.
Well, they end up paying people to stay close to them so that they
Or you could always take the punch in the face because it's just one punch in the face.
But you didn't want to get robbed. It ruined your credibility. So people end up paying somebody to stand next to them.
Yes.
It
got creative.
Right. In that moment, right, is where people make the big mistake. I'm coming from a neighborhood where I'm food. Like, I'm not that person. And so now I'm getting to some money, and I got to figure out how to move around out here and not get ate up.
But if you take the knuckle up, right? If you knuckle up, and even if you lose in the knuckle up.
That's true.
Those dudes really do respect you. Like, it's no
reason.
If
it's a fight.
But
some people they not in the mood to fight. They want to put that lead in you and then make a name.
But Breeze, this is the thing that rappers understand. They'll never put that lead in you. Can we really think of a situation?
You're right.
Can we think of a situation?
Nobody wants to go to jail for killing a rapper. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that heat. So you know what? I'm gonna take the punch in the face. New York City, I've been punched in the face. Don't get it twisted. But I know from my neighborhood. But I'm gonna handle it. We either gonna come back. We'll try tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna continue to come back to that place.
And you'll have respect for standing your ground. Look, like everybody up here at the station, everybody up here at the station's been pressed.
You got me off that Gunna subject real good, Breeze.
That's my opinion.
I want to get back to Gunna.
What do you want to say?
Why you always do this? You'll ask me what I want to say. I'm asking you.
I told you I feel bad for the kid. I don't think he was ever that guy.
Can he come back?
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure.
I think he
What
can.
about Breeze?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Breeze?
Here's why.
Wanted to get back in the clique and following everybody, going in the comments.
Most DJs going to clubs that would have played a Gunna record, I don't think they're gonna play it now.
Okay.
You think so? If he comes up with a smash?
Wait, say that again?
If he got a good record, I'm playing.
Yeah, so you would have Gunna up to the station and have him premiere his song.
Absolutely.
But Flex, are you playing him now?
Cass.
That's Cass.
Cass won.
I'm asking, are you playing him now though?
I would play it though. Like, I don't feel he has something.
So you've been in a spot and you put up that Push and P, and what happened?
Well, see, Breeze, I got
because that was a big record.
Jim Jones got mad at me, very mad at me, a month ago.
Okay.
It was the Tekashi situation. We spent a long time on the phone. We agreed to disagree. I no longer want to judge and play music based on whether you want to testify or not. I'm off that. Well,
because when anybody's pinched, most people is in there signing papers and testifying.
Yeah. How do you feel about T.I., Breeze? I'm just curious.
Wait, from his old cousin incident. I was shocked at that. I was shocked. I was taken aback. I did not expect this.
You said taken aback?
Yeah, I was taken aback.
Was it weird? It was weird.
It was weird because I had already seen him go through so many things. So then when people brought me back to an old case, I was like, wait, I thought you was already doing time.
Would you expect T.I. to do that?
No, but then again, I've always known, and where I came up is people gonna snitch, man. They gonna tell when they got the pressure on them. Not everybody, but many do.
You know what this is really, what era this is? Because we really watched it. All these people we're talking about, and I hope they don't get angry, a T.I., a Gunna, a Tekashi. Who's the other young man? He testified as well. What's the guy just now?
Oh, Troy Ave. Yeah.
They were always civilians, but they didn't tell us. They were always...
Yeah, but we knew that, though.
No, but that's not...
They weren't all civilians. And by the way, I want to clarify something.
So?
I want to clarify something. Who
was the tough guy?
I don't know. They weren't all civilians first. T.I. wasn't a civilian first. Before he became a rapper, according to the story, I wasn't there. According to the story,
me neither. And I don't.
I wasn't there. But here's what I want to say:
the Crime Stoppers. You saw the Crime Stoppers video?
No, I never saw that.
The one with T.I.
No, I never saw that.
And Gunna had one too. You saw it?
Oh, where they had to go and make the video afterwards, where the government makes them make the video to call Crime Stoppers.
Listen, I I don't listen
to get out of the cage. That's their, but that's their community service.
I just want.
Yo, when you want to shorten your time and do community service, you about to make that Crime Stoppers video.
I don't know if I'm trying to figure out. Breeze, this is my feel. You have to get in your car.
Yeah. And
you have to start the engine.
Yeah.
And then you go and drive to the precinct.
Yeah.
What's on your mind then? Like, where do you categorizing yourself as a rapper as you're driving to the precinct?
Well, no, they don't. They're thinking themselves as, I'm just trying to be out here with my family, and I'll get back to these rap things and this WWE and this entertainment after I do this Crime Stoppers video.
So what you sold me... What you sold
as
a
hustle.
DJ.
It's a hustle.
You sold me and your fans, but we would have loved you anyway. You know what the crazy thing about all these situations? We would have loved the artist anyway.
Yeah,
but the artist wanted to skip the line and get next to a team.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
That's right, because they wanted to expedite getting to the bag. That's what most mistakes are made when people want to expedite getting to the bag. But something I think is very important. If I'm not involved in what you got going on, and whatever you got going on bumps into my life, I'm telling.
I am too. I didn't know if you know that, Bree. So should we do any crime?
If I'm out here living my life and we not active in whatever
together,
and your activities bump into my life,
yeah, absolutely. I'm on your page. I'm testifying.
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. Like,
no, but I'm gonna give you a courtesy call too. Hey, guy, the precincts call me. And I'm gonna be down there.
I'm not calling you, bro. You gotta stay out of my way. Keep your things over there. I'm not calling you. I'm not even.
See, the Tekashi subject, which we don't address enough.
Yeah.
And I love when I say I love the man. Like the team that he was with knew he wasn't built for that. Had him out front, letting him see things.
Yo, bro, there were so many mistakes made. I can't even go down that path. There was so many. It was so ridiculous. Like the level at which people was making money and still acting ridiculous. You didn't have to act that ridiculous.
No.
You was already making money and you was acting ridiculous. So I don't feel no type of way about what happened to you.
I never want to see something like that happen. But
But if you're acting ridiculous, you got to know what's gonna happen.
They put too much trust in someone that they obviously shouldn't have, and known that beforehand. And it really backfired and showed something a little ugly. How do you feel about Casanova? Because people don't talk about. What do you feel about the Casanova situation?
I'm not completely understanding his whole predicament. I know he's locked up for some involvement, or they're saying he's involved in a RICO.
I never knew him as that type of guy.
No, I didn't know that either. And so when
he didn't come off like that type of guy,
he was
right?
everything. All my interactions with Casanova was the one. Yeah, we about to make this announcement.
Sorry.
Casanova was the one that convinced me, would come on this program and say, "Yo, you gotta have Tekashi on. You should interview him. He's a good kid."
You didn't like him, but you did the right thing. I was wrong. Let me go back to me being wrong. Let me be, I would have, listen, I was wrong. I believed in something that wasn't. I still would have played the records, though. I still would have played the records.
But you didn't really believe. Here's the thing where Flex don't tell y'all the truth. Let me tell y'all the truth.
All right. Don't give up too much of my hustle, man.
If you're hot out here, Flex wants to play the song.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end of the thought.
I want to do the club with you.
No, that's the end of the thought.
I want to run around with you.
That's the end of the thought.
But when you're cold,
well, no, but
bye.
Yeah, but you helped them make money, and you made money together, and you hosted clubs, and y'all did whatever y'all was gonna do. But I guess, like,
you know what I'm a sucker for?
I don't ever expect you to have the inner workings of what things are. I got when people are like, yo, why is Flex playing this record? I'll be like, he must have went to a club and saw it ring off, so he thinks he should share it with the world.
Wait, he was annoying. I got another person to ask you about, man, because that's my last one. And because
you're really fixated on these
I'm thinking, no, you know what? I didn't realize until I walked. I said, you know what? And Breed called me over. So I said, okay, I'm gonna ask you some things. Tell me, give me your opinion of Akademiks. What do you feel about him?
I think Akademiks is. As his talent,
it's him. Just him.
Him as a person, I think he's too caught up. And I've said this on air before. I think he's gotten caught up in the game, and I think he's going on a path where while he has a great following, a highly engaged base, and I think he's doing great business, I think he's on a path of self-destruction.
Ooh, that punks jump up is... Sorry.
So there's that part of it. The other part of it is I think too frequently, like we was just talking about people expediting to the bag, I think he tries to associate himself with things to expedite himself to the bag and takes the wrong approach, which is why people are waiting for him to fail. Right? So he puts out a lot of negative energy unnecessarily. Like, he doesn't even have to.
But now some of the beginning he was taking, right, was maybe the gang videos he was posting, right?
That was when I would watch him on YouTube. I'd be like, yo, this kid is talented. Like, the way his voice and his narration over those videos of beats.
There's passion. There's passion in there.
But just the way he was even articulating it was a little bit funny. It had a little, I thought he was talented. I still think he's talented.
So, because what I look at is, even the gang videos, he ain't making them and editing them, and the gangs is putting them out. Like, they are putting it out.
But here's the problem. Once you get to a certain level of the game, right, and once you have a certain influence, there's an expectation that you will be more responsible. And when you start playing around in situations where people could potentially lose their lives, and you're adding fuel to a fire, because that's gonna blow up. That's gonna blow up in your face, sir.
But the music, I love drill, and I'm gonna play the hot ones.
Well, some of the hot records. There's some hot records.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't go as far as say I don't.
There's some information
always
being shared.
woven in there. There's always.
And
you
know what?
But by the way, that's been whether it's drill or it was any of the records we've played since there was always information woven in there.
I watched the rappers get upset, right, with Akademiks, right, and something he says, but it's his opinion. It's just an opinion. And I don't want no one should take away Ebro's opinion, no one should take away Flex's opinion.
Yeah, but people get mad at your opinion. People get mad at my opinion.
Correct.
Like,
so I never like when I see any type of personality and his opinion, and especially from the rappers.
No.
That I want,
see,
like
you may not like it, but if you come into this game and you think you about to have an opinion on things going on in the street, and you're not in the street, and you think that's just, I get to have an opinion, you get what we call...
Congratulations, you played yourself.
It would be, it's the same equivalent if you were standing on the block and some people was arguing, and you want to chime in. Well, if people getting duffed out, you getting duffed out too.
Well, if you put your hands on the wrong person to break it up,
if you open your mouth to comment on something that ain't your business, you will put yourself in a predicament to get punched in the face or worse.
But we do it. We give out commentary.
There's certain things I stay away from.
But why can't the kid give his commentary?
I have never talked about Gunna and my opinion on that YSL thing ever on this program. Other than to say, when they hit them with the RICO, that's as American as apple pie.
Yes, it is.
Right? Stop acting like these dudes trying to hustle and finesse whatever they doing in the street into business and legitimize themselves hasn't happened from Al Capone and the mob and all it. It's been happening. Trump's doing it right now. Like, let's not treat these guys any different than we would treat dudes who are white.
But people feel that they're going to be the ones to overcome it and win.
Congratulations, you played yourself.